Oh, hiya. She's Kate and Lavagna.
And she's Kaysha Louvain, and this is Tea for Two.
Us, you, and a lovely little brew.
Aww. There is no brewing going on today because
No.
it's very hot outside. We are blessed with the summer weather. However, because I'm on keto, I can't have any like sugary drinks either. So I've got...
You're on keto? Really?
Yeah. I've got my favourite...
Where'd you pull that from?
I've got my favourite go-to, which is Lucozade Energy Zero Sugar Uplift Pink Lemonade. And I've given some to you in your cup.
That was really lovely.
I filled your cup.
Yes, you did.
It's very nice, isn't it?
It is.
I'm a huge fan of Lucozade. I can get behind
I love Lucozade.
I love a Lucozade.
But I've never had that one.
Zero sugar as well. And it don't taste like a zero sugar, does it? It tastes like it's
absolutely
really
not.
sugary. So, Lucozade.
Diolch yn fawr.
Diolch yn fawr, Lucozade. I'm going to leave it there for some... What's it called?
Yes, we needed... we needed just not tea. And we know that obviously tea is supposed to cool you down and stuff like that, but...
Not in this room.
Like the way
There's no wind.
The way we're filming at the moment is like back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
Because we need to cram like 3 months worth into 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's literally what we're doing in it.
Yeah, and so constantly drinking tea.
Not very good.
No.
Too much caffeine.
Yeah, so we've split it up. We've kind of done a bit of Welsh brew. We've done a little bit of fruity tea.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're just on a nice little drink.
Yeah.
Which, sliding into festivals, if
Sexy.
I as a non-drinker, non-alcoholic drinker,
Yeah, that's interesting.
that would be something I would love with some ice in a nice cup with a straw.
Kind of feels on the same lines as a cider, like with ice in it, like an icy cider.
Nice. Like if I'm doing it like a Copperbergy sort of.
Nice yawn.
Yeah.
Lush.
Very, very nice.
We are talking about festivals today.
We dipped into it last week and we had a pretty decent reaction to festivals.
Yes, we did.
And where people have going, where people have been.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for sending that in.
And we can now officially say that we've done our own festival as Tea for Two. We've done our first festival.
We have.
And it went so well. It was so successful.
Yes.
We'll talk more about it on season 3.
Yes, we shall.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose it's not really new for us because we've done events together as like talking, but we've done more singing than talking, haven't we?
Yeah.
This was like chat show festival vibes.
And we had proper guests.
Yeah.
As in, no, we haven't had proper guests before, but we had, it was more, like you say, it was a chat show.
People come on here, but they know that it's like, there's no pressure. They don't really know what we're going to talk about. With this was more, we had a plan.
Yeah, we had to like research.
We had a plan. We had to, I suppose what a normal interviewer would.
Yeah, it was more interviewee, wasn't it? Which is quite cool.
Which is always fun.
Yeah, and the audience participation.
We've been on that, Gin?
No.
Come on, Sean. Connery.
No. The audience participation was so funny. Wasn't it? It was so fun.
Yes, it was. And probably something that we will dip into maybe later on in the year.
Yeah.
Because we've got a couple of things lined up. We've got another festival lined up, as well as Yes, we do. In October.
We do.
She knows.
I do know.
We've got, that is like in mid-plan stage. It's kind of like we've got a day, we've got venues.
In my head it wasn't like a set thing, so I was like...
So we've kind of got like a day, we've got venues interested. Yeah. It's just putting all those pieces together. And then we've got a really, really cool idea that we haven't shared with anyone quite yet. But yeah, that's like, we haven't even worked on that. We've just got the idea that we think is going to be insane.
Yeah.
But in terms of festivals to go to, because I'm so outgoing and I love to be surrounded by loads and loads of strangers, I am not a festival person really.
Really? That surprises me.
Do you know what? If
Were you?
Were I? Right. So, probably when I was drinking, if you said, let's go and listen to some music in a field
For a week.
and I've like, let's just smash the booze into us, I'd probably say, fuck yeah, sounds good. Now, if I was cordoned off, right, if I could have my own VIP section.
That is possible now.
Right, with like a deck chair or something.
Slightly raised.
Definitely on a raised platform. I would go. I would love to go to Download Festival. However,
have you ever been?
Never been.
Never ever.
Never ever been.
That's one I thought you would have been to as a young person.
Yeah, if I
not an old person.
Well, probably not as an old person.
50 probably is old for festivals, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, 100%. Like as I said, I would like to be on a deck chair in my own little VIP section.
Slightly raised.
So
you can see all the people.
Yes. But also don't have to stand by anyone. That's what I want to be.
They have got sections like that.
Yeah, but I would have to pay about $1.5 grand.
I'm not talking about those sections, but anyway. It's funny when you eye me with your orange glasses on because it's like more intense.
It is.
You just kind of go. Anyway, so what have you ever been to a festival for more than, like, have you been to a 5-dayer?
No.
Never.
No.
Reading, Leeds?
No. God, fuck it. No, you catch me dead, eh?
Really?
No.
Is it the camping thing that you just like?
Oh, I don't mind camping because I went to the Grand Prix for like 3 days and camped there.
It's different though.
Well, it's watching racing rather than music.
I'd imagine the Grand Prix you haven't got 16-year-olds falling onto your tent at 4 a.m. coming from the rave tent.
No.
You know what I mean?
There we go. You've just summed me up there.
Yep. I thought it was that.
Rave tent? No. People? No. Camping? I'm fine with camping. I sleep anywhere. Like, do I want to though? That's a different thing.
Yeah.
But probably yes. If I could be away from twats in like a tent, that's fine.
And then like walk into the actual arena.
I'll walk in then, I'll listen to the music.
And then leave.
To
your tent, which is away from everyone else.
Yes. I don't want to be surrounded by people. I really don't.
Yeah, but then that's like, you have to be to see a gig, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just getting old. I don't want to...
You are literally just turned 30.
I know, but I could have said this at 20. I am getting to that stage where I'm like, I can't be dealing with like kids who think it's really good to get absolutely off their bonds on drugs for 5 days and then probably come back and go, I couldn't remember anything. Oh, it's all right, you just like throw 800 quid down the drain. It
is expensive, isn't it?
It's really expensive to go to a festival.
You've really got to... And the issue I find these days is that they're so crafty about it. It's like, to get the initial tickets, the cheapest ones, you're going to have to be buying it nearly a year in advance before you even know who's there. But I guess that's kind of okay because I suppose you're paying for the festival and arguably, you know, it doesn't really matter who's playing because it's an experience for fight. It's a holiday, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you know they're going to have some big headliner, and even if you're not massively into them, you might be into them by the end of the night.
Yeah, so. I think if that's why I say if I got to pick one, it'd be Download because I got more chance of liking the bands. Like this year, what was it? The Alien Ant Farm were there. Green Day were there.
Oh my gosh.
Like
so cool.
Like all them kind of ones that I listened to growing up. Mm-hmm. So you're guaranteed to like you know something. You're gonna like at least a few of them.
Oh yeah.
Like if I went to I'll go to fucking Reading, I'm like it probably one. It might be one that I like, and I'm like I'm not spending all that money on that.
No.
And I don't know whether I could do like 3 or 4 days. I don't know.
The longest festival I've been to is Reading, and I went at kind of like the perfect age. I think I was about 17, 18.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that would have been a good age to go.
I think I was I'm trying to think. It must have been around that time because Josh Jeffries,
Mm-hmm.
hope you're well, Josh, halfway across the world by now, drove because he was obviously a year older, so he must have been 18 at least.
Yeah.
I think we were slightly younger, but like of age to drink. And we drove all the way to Reading, and it was Tara, Meg, me, and him. They had a tent. Me and Tara shared a tent. And it was so long ago now that I can't really remember in great detail, but the bits I do remember were class. The tent situation, the outfits, the kind of like pressure of getting in the right campsite and there early and parking the car. It was all quite stressful, really, because it was the first time we were doing it, or at least it was my first time doing it. But I do remember seeing Paramore. She absolutely blew my mind.
That's a good one to see.
And it was Queens of the Stone Age. Yeah.
Why is Reading not like this anymore?
I know. And Blink-182. They were the headliners, I remember. And they were unbelievable. Don't think I really went to a rave tent as such. I don't think that was really we were genuinely there for like the music.
Rock, the kind of that sort of
and
stuff.
And it was rocky and it was really fun. And we had the flower crowns on for a laugh one day. And
of course. Like,
you know, we went and sat in the circus tent and saw a bit of weird stuff and all that.
Yeah.
But it was amazing, and it shaped me musically, because it was kind of all the bands that I'd been listening to up until that point. And I was like seeing them live. I was like, oh my gosh. And it was the year that Paramore's sound cut out for The Only Exception. And instead, I know, but it was so perfect. Everyone put their lights on, because everything, it was a power cut. So everyone put their lights on, and she just said, if it's okay with you guys, we've got like this, I guess, battery mic or wireless mic, or it's just something. And she was like, I've got this mic, my guitarist won't be, you won't be able to hear the guitar, but I'll just sing you Only Exception. She sat on the edge of the stage. We were crying. Like, it was unbelievable.
Yes,
and it was like one of those moments that never happens, really. And yeah, she like the intro, she put the mic towards the guitar, and he was like laughing, going, you're only going to be able to hear this. She took her like in, year out, and then she just sang the whole song a cappella, and it was honestly one of the most beautiful moments I've ever experienced in a concert, ever.
Yeah. I'd like to experience that, but the price of everything now, I'm like,
Round about then, I remember it being, we did it in installments of like 50 quid. I think it might have been 250 to 300 quid for the 5 days.
Oh, see, that's
and
fine.
it was okay, and
that's
we could
great.
afford it because we did it throughout the year.
But unfortunately, that price now is pretty much what you will pay for something like In It Together.
Yeah.
That is like, all right, it's not brand new. It's not brand new.
No.
And they have some good people there, but it is much smaller than a Reading or a Download or a Glastonbury. And now you're talking 800 to $1,000, mind, to go to
easily, and that's without you spending. Like, it probably ended up being more like 500 quid a day if you include the price of the ticket back then. And yeah, oh no, it was 2000. I think it might be. It was 2019 that we went. So I can't work out how old I'd be. Literally can't work out the math.
Well, 6 years ago, you know that.
It was more than 6 years ago. 2016 it was. Okay. And I was...
Makes more sense. 9 years ago. You were 20.
I don't think 19. I was that old.
19. You were
Maybe I was more like 18, 19 then.
I would say you're probably that. If you said you were drinking, would your mother have let you go?
No, I think it was probably more 18, 19.
17?
18, 19.
Yeah.
Josh must have been nearing... 19. Josh would have been 19 then. I would have been 18. Oh, whatever.
Talking about money.
Anyway, money.
Let's.
We love talking about that on this pod, didn't we? And the lack of.
Money.
Must be funny. I was drinking my drink.
I didn't know.
Don't click at me when I'm gulping.
This is Youngblood, which you have always been a fan of.
Yes, I have actually. I do think he's nuts, but in a brilliant way.
But I think most celebrities and artists and creatives are fucking loony anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
I was never a fan, only because the way the media perceived him to be. Mm-hmm. And it was almost like, he's fake and he's talented.
Putting it on.
Like, I think they've ripped into him over the years, haven't they? Mm. And I was like, just one of those people going, oh, is he? I never bothered. But then you sent me his new song with Florence Pugh.
Yeah, in the video.
In the video. Oh,
Cried.
Literally cried. The video is absolutely stunning. The song is fantastic.
It is a brilliant song.
I would probably say it's close to being my favourite song of the year so far.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
It's certainly up there.
Other than all of C-Matt's releases.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
She's...
Take a Sexy Picture is just not, running on repeat in my head.
Running Planning.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one as well.
She's only released 3 from that Euro Country album, and it's all they're 3 bangers. So I'm gonna I'll die when she eventually releases the album. I'll collapse before I see her, probably.
Going back to Youngblood.
Sorry.
Obviously he's got Bloodfest, which he's created for pretty
Bloodfest.
Yeah, pretty much the reason why we've just said, and this is what he has to say.
Like a festival where it's like £800 a ticket.
Got a really good voice.
I feel like music really became a thing of privilege, and that should never be a thing, in my opinion. Like, you can't see artists and bands. That's how I learned things. That's how I made friends. That's how I formed an identity. And if young people can't go out, see things in the real world, and find people with ideals that are mutual to them, like, that's scary to me. I feel like everyone, no matter their stature, deserves a place to go and a great thing to experience, and that's what we wanted to provide. Keep the tickets low, keep the experience beautiful, allow people to come together.
Do you think some of the festivals have got a bit kind of out of hand?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's just, even being an artist, I'm like, this is just dumb, just stupid. It does not represent real people. I cannot play a festival where it's like £800 a ticket. How can you stand on stage and that's okay? That's just not my style, and we wanted to come back and do 20 bands for £65. I was tired of what the festival market was. I was tired that a lot of festival promoters didn't take me seriously. So I was like, start me own. Why not? Let's make it, and let's make a positive impact, a positive change, and make something bigger than just us. I cannot play a festival.
It's so refreshing that a new artist with new management in a new era of his music as well. Because I'll be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of his music before. Not in terms of his bad, I just wasn't really into that sound as much. So I didn't really listen. But his new stuff, in my opinion, is toned down in a really lovely way, where it's still heavy, but it's not like screamy.
Yeah, 100%.
So there's a bit more melody going on. There's a bit more. I think his writing's better. Storytelling. There's a lot more thought into the visuals and. Not more thought into visuals, but I think he is maybe trying a bit less hard to prove that he's different in that way.
Yeah.
He is different, but he doesn't need to like wear a skirt to be different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just is by nature of what he does, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I think he's learned that. He's matured though, because he's young as well.
God,
young blood. But yeah, I completely agree with what he's saying. I think like music definitely was not invented to be a privilege for people.
I just
and exclusive.
How are young people, maybe even from disadvantaged backgrounds, able to have access to music? So now, not only is that music being taken away from in schools and them learning things in schools, because government and councils and everything basically are saying that music is less important than other things, which no, it's not. I do not agree that one thing is more important than the other.
They're just different.
They are just different, and different subjects will help you in a different career end of. So they can't get it in schools. They can't get it outside of schools now, because local venues, grassroots venues are closing down. So no longer can you take your children or even kids like when you were like 12, 13, 14, you could pop into a venue and see something because someone would be like, let them in, no trouble sort of thing. Make sure you're out. So you may be able to only see like a support and then you had to get out.
Fine.
But that's fine. But you had access to that live music.
Yeah.
So you can't see them in local venues anymore because they're closing down and people are just arseholes when it comes to live music now. You can't afford a festival ticket.
No.
Because that's just ridiculous. And if you are a young teenager and you want to go and see a festival, you have to go with an adult.
Yeah.
So you were talking, if you go with a parent or a guardian or someone older,
$2,000 before you start it.
That's $2,000. to go to a festival, mind.
Yeah.
That is appalling. And then
that's why day tickets are becoming more and more popular for these huge festivals. What I will say is, and I think is quite a good point, is some of the best experiences I've had at day festivals, weekend festivals. I did Latitude Festival. I performed at it in uni, and then we were allowed to stay for the Saturday night, and the Killers headlined. That was all free.
Nice.
Because we did this orchestra thing where they played a black and white film in the afternoon on like the Thursday in a forest, and we were the orchestra that were scoring the silent movie.
That's
it was
class.
so cool. And then we all just stayed and had a bloody amazing weekend.
That is awesome.
That's something that Rose Bruford do all the time with the acting musicals. It's part of the course. You go and you perform in a festival. It's so cool. Anyway, some of the best experiences I've found have been in festivals that stay in their lane.
Okay.
Haven't been to loads of massive festivals that are trying to be everything in defense.
Yeah.
But if I've gone to a car show festival in Barry with a few market stalls and loads of vintage cars, I had a lovely day.
Yeah.
I've also been to Reading Festival, which at the time was a rock festival, predominantly rock, with like it felt like rock festival with one rave tent.
Yeah.
For when you don't go to sleep or whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine for me. Like, cool.
Go to the rave tent while the drugs wear off before we go to sleep.
That. But also it was a rock festival on the surface, right? Then I'm trying to think of other festivals. I've done like weekend away festivals where you just do one overnight stay, and it's been joyful because it's a children's festival, so they are doing the children's thing. Everyone always says, all these artists who like headline Glastonbury or even that playing Glastonbury, oh my god, it's always been a dream to play Glastonbury, yada yada yada. In my head, I always sit there and I'm like, I'll be totally honest with you. Of course, I would not say no to playing Glastonbury. You'd have to be an idiot to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of the people walking around, and you just, even if you're the 1 p.m. on the Sunday in a tiny tent at the arse end back of the field,
There is someone there.
there's somebody there who's going to connect with you, and it's worth it. But I do find the idea of a festival being massive, like I'm talking huge festivals, American ones. You know that really famous desert one every year. What's it
Burning
called?
Man?
Burning Man, the desert
Yeah.
one, which will not happen if climate change carries on. It's not a thing. And also, I'm trying to think of another one. It's massive. It's huge. Everyone's Coachella.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right? These festivals that are so massive.
Did you hear about that one?
What?
H from Steps had to change the name.
Coachella?
Yeah, he had to change the name of his festival. I'm like...
But it's cow. It's not cool.
Exactly. I saw it in the...
T for 2, T for 3. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
I saw it in the news and I was like, that is so petty and ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. They're
And I'm
so
like-
huge. These... How many like fake Glastonbury festivals do you get?
Well, there's a charity one, obviously Glaston Selfie around here.
Glaston Selfie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you've got Glastonbury. You've got Glaston Budget.
Yeah.
Right,
And
there
Glastonbury just gone cool.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, wherever. Because
Yeah.
That's Glastonbury. Like, no one's trying to be
Nobody is
Glastonbury.
accidentally spending 20 quid on a day ticket for Glastonbury
And
and thinking it's
as
Glastonbury.
Coachella. It's not trying to be.
No. Anyway.
Sorry,
No. It's all right. It's because you've hung out with me for too long.
Yeah.
I think my point is, if they're trying to be so many different things and therefore bring in so many different people, that's when I get a bit less excited about them, weirdly. If I know I'm going to a rock festival with my friends, predominantly you're going to be around the ages of, let's just say like 16 to 35, 40-year-olds.
Yeah.
Predominantly. I'm not saying other people can't go. I'm just saying that's who you tend to find there.
Yeah.
Because it's one genre, it's one market. Download Festival will be all the goths. 2000 Trees Festival will be goth.
Yeah.
And all the old emos that have like all grown up listening to those bands, and they're all back. And it's small and you can get around it. Latitude Festival for me was one of the most standout festivals I've ever been to. We just did the like long weekend version. We played on Thursday night, we stayed Friday, Saturday, and we went on Sunday. So it wasn't huge either, because it went from like the Tuesday, I think. But it was artistic. There was circus performers. There was lots of arty people there. There was art being sold, like artists.
Yeah.
There were there was like a swim, like a polar bear swim in the river one day. Like, it felt a bit more like friendly in that way. It wasn't all like, what's that one, Boomtown, where it's known that it's just a drugs fest basically in Bristol. Boomtown is like, oh, ketamine exists in the world, or, you know. I've just watched a Netflix documentary on Astroworld, and where 10 children died of asphyxiation because they overcrowded. Well, I can't actually remember now because I watched it quite late last night and it didn't help my palpitations. It was all basically because, you know, they let too many people in. It was overcrowded, and it was something to do with the way that on the main stage there was a corner where all the other artists were all day. Everything was fine. SZA was playing, like, and then everyone rushed around this corner, and there was a barrier which was meant to be for safety, like a cross in the middle to split the crowd into like 4 parts. Yeah. The top right, so if you're looking at the stage, the top left and the bottom left part was the first part from round the corner. So most people went there because they didn't have time to get all the way around, because it's massive. And some of the images and stuff going on in that documentary are absolutely terrifying. It made me think of like the disaster in Liverpool in the Hillsborough.
Yeah, when you were telling me, I was like, that was exactly what I had in my head. And that
crowd control, things breaking, barriers breaking, people rioting.
I've watched footage, obviously, of Hillsborough. Yeah, because, like, don't get me wrong, it's Liverpool. I'm Man United, but there are certain things.
I love that you have to say that about this.
Yeah.
I know it's not my football club, but
it's not my football club, right? But there's things that transcend that, and that is Hillsborough.
And it could have been anyone's football club.
It's the same as, obviously, the Scousers are always support with the Munich disaster that obviously happened to the United players. So yeah, I've watched documentaries on Hillsborough, and it's horrific. And
it is.
And like, you were talking about this festival, and I'm like, I want to watch it because I want to. It's one of those things, in a like documentary. I want to watch it. But
I love documentaries.
Same time, I'm like, oh, I don't know whether I want to.
It's a difficult watch, but I enjoyed. Not enjoyed. That's completely the wrong word. I was intrigued at how something like that can so easily happen at an event where I text Matthew straight away last night. I was like, you'd never believe what I've just watched on Netflix. It's like trending at the moment because it's festival season, I assume. Yeah. But I did say to Matthew, I was like, you never believe it. And I said to him, like, the idea that you could spend all of that money on a massive global scale event that takes over the world, basically, go with your friends as a 5 and one of your friends dies there because of the people who have invented the festival, designed the festival, budgeted the festival, sold tickets for the festival, and because they've slipped up 1 or 2 times along that line of the planning process, they haven't got the right safety measures there, and therefore you're at the mercy of these people that you think are looking out for the safety of these like children and you and your friends. And the fact that you could just go to such a mass, and some of those kids, they were so young and like college students, and they just, all they wanted to do is have a nice time and go to a massive festival, and they've saved up for that, and they've gone and literally been crushed to death, suffocated.
It's a part of the reason why whenever I go anywhere, it was the same when we went to Chepstow. All right, that's not going to get rowdy because we went to Shania Twain, but I hate going at the front.
I remember you were in the seated bit when
you were like coming down there. Like,
I was like, you're coming down the front, I want to get as close as I can, and you were like, absolutely not.
No, because everyone just
pushes. So I've got a story that I've never told you, and it made me feel. It took me back there a little bit last night watching this thing. I was with Tara in Reading. We were watching, I think it was Jake Bugg, but it was going into Imagine Dragons. Okay. And I love them. Yeah, they're so good. Yeah. And they had all the drums that were ready there. They had like big, like, you know, it was so cool. And me and Tara were together, and obviously it's that thing of if you're waiting for the band at the very last, the headline or whatever, or getting close to that point, you know it's going to get busier and busier and busier, right? People are pushing, yada yada yada. It was boiling hot. It was hot. And we were obviously drinking. We'd been drinking the night before, so everyone's dehydrated. That's just a rule of thumb. Whatever. I do think now if I went, I'd be a lot more sensible with.
It comes with age.
Yeah, I'll drink, but see that massive bottle of water, I'll also make sure I drink that at the same time. Like, I actually would do that because I know that it would help me on the aftermath of it. It's like, obviously. No. But it's really hot. Tara really needed the toilet. So she went to get, I think, some burgers, which cost about 20 quid as well. Let's not even get started on that. Or some chips or some shocking food. And I stayed in the crowd on my own. Jake Bugg was getting to the end of his set and people were starting to push forward a little bit, right? And I think it was my naivety of just being like, well, this is fine. Like, I was literally like this at this point, but it was fine. It was just comfortably tight. As in, I could still breathe, right? Fucking hell. So Tara finds me again. I'm like, Tara, on the phone to him, over here. And obviously, as you do in festivals, you make friends with the people around you to know. Because if you want to have a good experience, you're not going to be like, move out the way. You're going to be like, can I get past to get a drink and I come back? And they'd be like, yeah, we'll make it. You know, it's all that. Imagine Dragons start. And I have never to this day witnessed a surge like it in my life. And I've been like, I've done the whole like wall of death thing. Like I've well, I haven't really done that, but I've been on the outskirts of one ring. And I've done the whole like what do you call them, mosh pit thing.
Pits, yeah.
Been through that bit. That's cool. Whatever. I'd arguably say that would have been a better experience than the one I had. Yeah. People were pushing so ferociously to the front, and me and Tara had been there all day waiting. I hadn't peed. I was in a bad state anyway. I was like, this is not fun. They came on. Everyone's hands goes up, right? Go up. Push forward then, and then it got so tight I literally couldn't get my hands back down by my body. So I'm watching this documentary last night where they're showing obviously far worse stuff, and I'm going, oh my god, I remember feeling but that's similar.
That's how close festivals come to having that.
And it was a panic attack because there was a surge that took Tara one way, and I was only me and her because Meg and Josh had gone somewhere else to watch somebody else. Tara went one way, I went the complete other way. Luckily I was with the guy that I'd made friends with, and he was so lovely to me. Also, I tell this story, it's so awful. He was a stick thin, tiny, like short person. To this day I do not know how he got me up over the heads of people. I don't understand the physics of it, to be totally honest with you, because I was dead weight as well. And I was like, Tara, panicking, because obviously at that point there was no, or there might have been, but it was expensive to go and charge your phone in the festival. Oh, so God, yeah. I went there with a little top up, like, I remember having like a shitty phone that I had, like a Nokia. Yeah. And we agreed as a group, we were like, oh, we'll do that like for emergencies, and then we'll have our other phones and we'll leave them in the tent in a little safe, you know, all that stuff. We were really good. We planned it all. Clever. Anyway, long story short, it got so horrific when they were playing, and the crowds were surging one way to the point where like I was being lifted off the ground. I couldn't feel the ground anymore. And that's the point where I started getting really scared, because I thought, if I trip now, I'm being trampled on. There's nobody gonna pick me up, because they'll also be piling on top of me. And it was getting hotter and hotter and hotter. I was like suffocating. Yeah. And my hands were up like this, and I just looked at the guy next to me and I said, I'm gonna faint. I don't know if I was, but I thought, like, I need to tell this person who's surging along with me that I have to get out of this situation. And I was going, I've lost my friend. He's like, it's okay. And I was like, I can't. I literally, I go like this, my head goes funny, and I'm like, I fainted, basically. Yeah. And how he got me up, I have no idea. He must have been like, guys. And like 3 men just lifted me out of the crowd, and I got fucking sorry. I got pulled over the barrier. It was so mortifyingly embarrassing. Yeah. So embarrassing, because I opened my eyes and I could just see the sky. And I was like, this is it. I've died. I'm dead. I was surfing. I was crowd surfing to the front. Yeah. And to be fair, I was only like 5 or 6 lines back. It wasn't that long to go. Thank God for the people around me. Bless you all to this day. And I wouldn't have died or anything. It wasn't that bad, but I would have...
Well, I'm not being funny. You could have seriously been injured, and possibly, if you had fainted and that person wasn't there with you and you'd gone on the floor and they'd carried on...
I'd have a few broken bones at least.
100%.
But anyway, they carried me over the front, and I went into this very lovely security guard's arms. Oh, aye. Which was more embarrassing, because I was like, oh, you're fit. And then... It was actually unbelievable, though. From that point on, I'd like come round and they were like, you okay? And this guy was like, do this to me. I was like, yeah. Sorry, I'm just hot. He's like, it's okay. We'll take his medical tent. I was immediately given a brown paper bag and an apple.
Oh, happy days.
And loads of water. And I had to stay there for 20 minutes. And they were like, are you dizzy? And they were so good with me.
They are,
And there were a few people there in like foil blankets and people who'd stayed out in the sun, sunstroke.
Oh, people can get so dull, can't they, when they go to things?
I wasn't dull. I was just unfortunate to lose, because I remember losing Tara's hand.
It's just people
and
being
she just flew away, and I was like, I'm on my own now.
Yeah.
And I don't actually enjoy this band enough to put up with this.
And I'm not being funny. Like, if someone that's not like 5'2" and a size 0 can get lifted off the floor.
Yeah, that's mad.
What about like all the other like young girls and whatever, like the proper youngsters that I imagine there was probably at that time. So maybe 14 or 15-year-olds there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I just remember panicking so much.
Horrific.
I just panicked. I was just like, I can't.
And that's why I don't go
because
down
it was out of my control. I was like, I can't move my body and I can't move anywhere.
Yeah.
I can't reach the floor and I can't get out. I'm literally just at the mercy of where the crowd want to take me.
And I hate as well, even if I'm at a gig and someone's pushing you.
Oh, just slightly.
Slightly. I will turn around and go, excuse me.
Can you stop? Yeah.
Because I'm like, no, there's no need.
Yeah.
For me, when I went to watch Foo Fighters last year, they nailed it. They had anyone that wanted to get there early, they could get there early and they could go in the golden circle
in the front
thing.
Yeah.
Right? My cousin and his girlfriend Rio, they did that. We didn't.
Fine.
We were like, nah. I was like, to be honest, I'd rather be by the sound desk.
Of course, it's the sweet spot.
All right? So I didn't care about being at the front.
If anyone's not musical, listening or watching,
yes.
I've learned this in my old age. If you want the best sound, obviously the person mixing the sound is at the sound desk. So they're mixing from there. So any other sound's going to be, hopefully if they're a good sound person, decent. But like if you want the sweet spot of the best sound mix, you stand probably in front of the sound desk and they're like directly in front. It's amazing.
I was like, anywhere around there.
Fine.
You're good.
Sweet spot.
I did it for Pink. Someone was like, oh, there. I was
not this time round. I was going to say.
Time before.
As if you were there and you didn't tell me.
No, time before. That's, to be honest, why I didn't buy a ticket this time round. I was like, it'd only been 2 years since I'd seen it.
Oh, see, I still would. I just, that was amazing.
Right. I did the same for that.
Fair though. Fair.
But, yeah, I got Big Love Festival coming up. Or I've done it. Depends on when this episode's out.
In it.
But I imagine I'll talk about it in season 3. I'm looking forward to that. Because I couldn't go last year.
Where's this festival?
I'm sure it's like Ask Monmouth sort of way.
Nice. They do a lot of stuff that way, don't they? It's fields.
And it's very like, I think it's like hippie.
Yeah, I kind of prefer them though. They're a bit more chill. Kids can go. It's all a bit more safe. and it's really important this year because obviously the last year I couldn't go. It wasn't very well, and I had to cancel near the event. And Big Scott Travers, who we sadly lost recently. Oh my God, Scott. We should have talked about him, you know.
Absolute legend. I just did his memorial gig as well. And Tina, weren't very good friends with Tina now. Both at the same time I met Scott and Tina. Just stayed in contact with them completely.
Gave me and Otto our first ever gig in Merthyr.
In Merthyr in the New Crown.
In the New Crown. Yeah. And stayed in touch and then played us on his radio station.
Yeah.
You and I.
Yeah.
You and I Radio. What a legend.
Yeah. I did that to like hundreds, potentially thousands of people over the years. So Tina obviously invited me because I'll be playing the Great Scott stage.
Oh my gosh, no, they haven't done that.
Yeah. So he's got his own stage.
That's so cute.
Yeah. So I'm playing on that, and to be honest, I'm gonna hang around.
Yeah, do it.
Because
I love a day festival.
Because it's a Friday as well, and I was like, I can play any time on that Friday, so I'm on like early afternoon, and I'm like, oh great, I could just have a wander around, watch some stuff, and so I'm really looking forward to that. Let's wrap up.
Yes.
Shall we wrap up with who's filled your cup this week?
Yeah.
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 Do you want to start on me?
You can start.
Filled my cup this week is my little niece, Skylar. Just because, don't know when you're having a really shitty time, and I think that's why people become parents, because sometimes when you just look at your child, as long as they're not being a dick,
the innocence and
you just look at them
happiness.
And they do something that is so normal. Like, I got sent a photo the other day, and they were having a barbecue, and she's laid on the floor, and she's got her thing on, so her ass is up in the air, bless her, because she refused to put any clothes on. And I'm like, oh, look at her. And I'm like, oh, I was like that when I was younger as well. And I just went, all my worries just flew away.
Yeah.
And then I just sent that she's reading a book, a pig book. She's like, Mummy pig, Daddy pig.
Oh my gosh, I can't cope with it.
And I'm like,
it is that simple.
I'm like, it's that simple.
It's that
just
simple.
to make people happy.
That's a lovely one.
Yeah.
I'm going to copy you.
Okay, what's Isla done?
Skylar. That's so cool. They need to be friends. We need to introduce them. That'd be really cool. Isla's had a bit of a hard time at the moment. She's had a little operation on her face, which I think's all good. And she's just an absolute ray of sunshine. Just always. Yeah. But also I kind of love it when we get the summer months, because she wears little skirts and crop tops, and she's got her little trainers on, and she just absolutely loves being outside. She's
sassy.
An outside baby. Sassy. Take a picture of me in the swimming pool. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think she's just... if I try and ring my sister for something and she's there in the car, this is honestly one of the most favourite things about being an auntie. I'm like, what do you want, and or she's like, yeah. I'm like, in the car. She goes, yeah. And then there's a little pause, and then Isla always from the back seat goes, Kickling. And I'm like, hi. And I have to like do like a turn on for that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hi, how are you doing? Anyways, Anne, what are you doing?
Yeah.
what do you want? Or like, so yeah, Isla, Skylar.
And Skylar.
Isla and Skylar.
Yeah.
Skylar.
And what's it? It's 3 years between them, isn't it?
Isla will be... She's 5 now.
She's 5 now.
She's 5 now.
Yeah.
Flipping heck. She'll be 6 at Christmas time.
She's Christmas, yeah. I was going to say she's 6 at Christmas time. And Skylar will turn 3 in August.
So 2.5 years.
Yeah,
which is nice.
Yeah.
Weird now. Because it's a big gap now. But
I think as they get older, when they get like 7, 8, when Skylar turns 7 and 8,
that's a bit easier, yeah.
But yeah, so and I get what you mean, because I get moopy. Yeah, so obviously everyone knows my nickname's Loop. All my family call me Loop.
I've actually never asked you about that. I don't know why. Do you used to use a loop pedal?
No, funny enough. Delicious
I was like,
D.
she's Ed Sheeraning.
Delicious D actually asked me now. He was like,
I love Delicious D. He's such
like,
a legend.
I met him, I think it was at Pride. He was like, oh my God, so like on Facebook, you're Luke Kaysha. Oh my God, do you use
you've just absolutely told everyone your personal Facebook.
It's not, I'm accepting them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I was like, and he was like, oh my God, you use Loop. And I'm like, no, that's my nickname. He's like, I'm like, yeah. It's just, if I start with Loop rather than Kaysha, it tends to not come up as much if you just put Kaysha then.
Okay.
Anyway, so they call me Loop. She has said Kaysha. She said Loop. She said both of them. But when you go, what's my name? She would never say anything. When she'd go, if I point to my mother, she'd go, Nanny. Or she'd go, Bampy. Mammy, Daddy.
Yeah, the
she'd
names
go, Russ,
of the family.
Russ. She called my Bamp, Russ. Even though it's Babby Russ, she'd go,
I call my dad Paul. He's my dad, but I just call him Paul. I don't call Wendy. She's my mum, but I just call him Paul.
I know.
He's just such a Paul.
It's just Paul.
I don't Paul.
And then all of a sudden, she come out with Moop. But it's got to the point now, she's like, Moopy? And I'm like, yes. A Moopy's bed? So she'd go and bounce on my bed. That's what she wants to do. And just do backflips and whatever she wants to do. And I great.
Oh, it's so cute.
Isn't they lush? That's a lovely way to end.
I love being an auntie. I'm probably not a proper auntie, really. I just kind of swoop in when I'm free and then ditch again for a bit.
Yeah.
But that's the nature of what we do, which we've talked about before.
We have.
We shall
see you next Tuesday.